a historic property in the heart of Peninsula, Ohio, including the beloved Eddy's bike shop, has been destroyed in a devastating fire that tore through the building overnight. The fire, which completely engulfed the structure, has left the community in shock and mourning, the loss of a landmark that has been a part of Peninsula's identity for over a century. The timeline of events: the Peninsula Fire Department received a call about the blaze. Just before 1 a.m. on Friday, flames and smoke could be seen billowing into the sky from several blocks away, signaling the severity of the fire. Fire crews from multiple departments, including neighboring towns, responded immediately to the emergency, working tirelessly to control the blaze. At the time of the fire, the building was closed and no one was inside, which authorities confirmed as a fortunate turn of events. Despite the heroic efforts of fire teams, the property, which housed Eddy's bike shop and its historical structure, was completely consumed by the flames. Main Street, the primary thoroughfare of Peninsula, was blocked off for hours as fire. Crews worked to douse the flames and secure the scene. As of Friday morning, a large portion of the street remained closed, and officials advised local residents and tourists to avoid the area. While the devastation was extensive, officials were quick to confirm that no injuries or fatalities occurred due to the fire. This was a small comfort amid the shock and sorrow of the community. A rich history lost. The property destroyed by the fire was not just a bike shop, but a site rich with history. Originally built in 1893, it has been a central part of Peninsula's landscape for more than a century. According to the Peninsula Foundation, the building was first known as Millie's Inn, a popular stop for locals and travelers alike. Perhaps even more significant, the building survived the devastating Great Flood of 1913, a moment in history that saw much of the surrounding area submerged underwater. The resilience of this structure through such a trying time spoke to its importance in the community. Over the years, the building has undergone several transformations. It was once home to Scotty's Bar, a gathering place that became an integral part of the community's social fabric. Scotty Ingerton, who owned the bar, was Peninsula's only professional baseball player, making the building not only a local watering hole, but also a piece of Peninsula's sporting history. Long before it became Eddy's bike shop, the property also housed Century Cycles, another beloved local business. The bike shop was a hub for cyclists, outdoor enthusiasts, and tourists, especially during the warmer months when visitors flocked to Peninsula to enjoy the nearby Cuyahoga Valley National Park. When the business transitioned to Eddy's bike shop, it continued to build on that legacy, providing rental services, bike repairs, and gear to cyclists passing through the region. Known for its excellent customer service and friendly atmosphere, Eddy's bike shop became one of the top destinations for cycling enthusiasts in the area. Tourists would often rent bikes to explore the park, or local cyclists would stop in for a tune-up before heading out on a long ride. In fact, the shop was in the midst of renovations ahead of the 2025 rental season. The building had been scheduled to reopen in mid-March after undergoing some updates, making the loss even more poignant for those who had been looking forward to the start of another season of cycling adventures. The community's reaction as word of the fire spread throughout Peninsula, locals and regular visitors to Eddy's bike shop took to social media to express their sorrow and disbelief. Many shared photos of the bike shop from past visits, recounting fond memories of the space and expressing their sadness over its destruction. The building had become an important fixture in Peninsula's thriving tourism industry, especially for the thousands of cyclists who made the area their destination each year. Eddy's bike shop had developed a loyal customer base over the years, with many regulars coming in not just for rentals, but for the sense of camaraderie that was fostered. In the shop, locals too considered the shop a vital part of the community fabric, a place to meet up with neighbours and visitors alike. The loss of the historic property is felt deeply by the residents, with many expressing their fears about what this could mean for the future of the business and the community. Peninsula relies heavily on tourism, and Eddy's bike shop was a key part of that industry. Its absence is sure to be felt in the coming months. Fire officials have not yet determined the cause of the fire, though they have launched a full investigation into the incident. Authorities are carefully reviewing the site and speaking with witnesses to try to piece together what happened. While the fire's origin remains unclear, officials are treating it as a significant event that warrants a thorough examination. At this time, there is no indication of foul play, but the investigation is ongoing. The destruction of a building with such historical significance has prompted concerns about the preservation of historical landmarks in Peninsula, as well as the future of the property. Fire investigators are working closely with the historical preservation community to understand how the building might be rebuilt or commemorated. The timeline for the investigation remains uncertain, but officials have assured the public that every effort is being made to determine the exact cause of the fire. In the meantime, Peninsula residents and business owners continue to offer their support to those affected by the tragedy. What's next for Eddy's bike shop? While the destruction of Eddy's bike shop is a huge blow to the local cycling community, it's not clear yet what the future holds for the business. The owner, who was not identified at the time of writing, has yet to make a public statement. However, many who frequent the shop have expressed hope that Eddy's bike shop may be able to rebuild in the future, either in the same location or somewhere nearby. Given the strong following and the support from local businesses and residents, there may be a possibility for Eddy's bike shop to rebuild or relocate. Many have called for a fundraiser or a campaign to help raise money for the rebuilding effort, but nothing has been confirmed yet. The Peninsula community is no stranger to hardship, and many are hopeful that they can band together to restore this important part of their history. The shop's Facebook page has already been flooded with messages of support, and many local businesses are offering to lend a hand during this difficult time. It is clear that Eddy's bike shop was more than just a place to rent bikes. It was a hub for the community, a place where memories were made, and a symbol of Peninsula's love for the outdoors. The road ahead for Peninsula. This devastating fire raises questions not only about the future of Eddy's bike shop, but also about the preservation of the historic buildings that make Peninsula unique. With so many historical properties lining Main Street, the town faces challenges in balancing the needs of modern business with the desire to maintain its historic charm. The loss of Eddy's bike shop is a wake-up call for local preservationists who may push for greater protections for such landmarks in the future. Peninsula's residents are resilient, and they will undoubtedly come together to support one another during this time of loss. The bike shop was an integral part of the town's identity, and though it may be gone, the memories and the legacy it left behind will continue to shape the community. The outpouring of support. In the wake of the fire, an outpouring of support has been seen from the surrounding areas. Local residents, fellow business owners, and even people who had once visited the shop have come forward to offer assistance, whether in the form of donations, volunteer work, or emotional support. The tragic loss has sparked a sense of unity in the community, and there is a renewed determination to rebuild and honor the history of the place. The next few weeks will be critical in determining the future of Eddy's bike shop and its surrounding property. In the meantime, residents of Peninsula are keeping a close eye on the investigation and hoping for positive news. Whatever the outcome, the story of Eddy's bike shop will remain a cherished part of Peninsula's history, and its memory will live on in the hearts of those who knew and loved it. Stay tuned to local news outlets and watch Good Morning Cleveland for ongoing coverage of this developing story. As fire officials continue their investigation, the community's resilience and unity will be the driving force in overcoming this heartbreaking loss.